Hello everybody, welcome to this Verbling class. My name's teacher Amy and today's class is about artificial intelligence. So I don't know if we have any scientists out there, but if you are a scientist and you want to come and talk to us about this interesting topic, then come along in and join us. We're going to be talking about the idea of artificial intelligence and what there is to know about it, whether we should be worried about it, whether we should be excited about it, and sort of what's coming up in the future. So it's going to be interesting. We've got an article to read that's not too long, so I'm hoping to read that and then discuss what we read and also talk about our own personal opinions. So it's a bit of reading and a bit of speaking. So do come on in, join us if you would like to, and we'll have some reading and speaking practice today. So let me just give you a couple of pages that can help you out here on Verbling. Let me just do this at the beginning of class in case there's anybody new out there who would like to find out more. There are two pages that you can visit. One is my Verbling Teacher's Facebook page, and two is my Verbling Teacher page. The first one is obviously Facebook, so it's a good way of just keeping in touch and keeping your eye on English as you go through your week. And the Verbling Teacher page is the best place to go if you would like to find out more about one or more of the teachers. So if you want to find out who we are, where we're from, how much experience we've had, look at our videos, and possibly our calendars to see when our upcoming classes or our private tutoring sessions are, then the Verbling Teacher place is the place you need to go. So you can see the link to my teacher page is there in the chat box, and you can access any of the teachers' teacher pages just by changing the name at the end. So / and then the teacher name. So let's say hi. Who do we have to talk about? Artificial intelligence. I think Ellen was here first. I might be wrong, but I'm going to say hello to you anyway. Ellen, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. I don't think I've met you before, have I, Ellen?
No, I just joined Verbling since 2 days ago.
Wonderful. Well, welcome. How's the experience for you? Are you figuring it all out?
Yeah, I'm starting to figuring it out, yes.
That's good. That's great. Sometimes it can be a bit different if you've never done online classes before. It works a bit differently, but if you have any questions, just let us know.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
You're welcome. Where are you from, Ellen?
I'm from Belgium.
Belgium? Do you live in Belgium?
Yes, yes.
All right, just checking. Quite a lot of the students say, I'm from this place, and then I carry on and say, but I'm living on the other side of the world. So you live in
Yes,
Belgium.
I just returned from Sweden, where I've been living 10 years.
There
I've
you
lived
go.
10 years
I
in
knew
Sweden.
it.
Yes, but at the moment I'm living in Belgium, yes.
Fair enough. And what were you doing in Sweden? Why Sweden?
For my friend was lived there, but he was
Oh,
Italian, but he lived in Sweden.
that's a great answer, Ellen. All right, very interesting. So you're back home in Belgium. And is there anything you miss about Sweden so far?
The nature.
Nature? All right. Yeah, I've never
Mm,
been to Scandinavia, but it just looks stunning. I don't know whether that's. Do you feel like you're in a beautiful place all the time?
yeah, because I was living quite like with woods around.
Hmm.
So you come outside your door and you can just walk into the woods. Now I have to
Wow.
take the car if I wanted to have a nice walk.
Yeah, that's true. You have to
So
drive
great.
to your walk.
Yes, something.
Um,
Yeah.
yes, I know what that's like. So, how did you find Swedish? I'm guessing you must have learned how to speak Swedish while you were there.
Yeah. But
And
it's quite easy.
okay, quite easy for you. Perhaps you're a very intelligent natural language person.
No. It's the grammar is easy. If you compare with French and Italian and German,
Okay.
it's easy.
All right. Well, that's very interesting. Well, thank you for telling us a bit about yourself, Ellen. It's good to meet you.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay. Who else do we need to say hi to? Honor, how are you today? Are you there? No. All right, I'm going to come back to you, Onur, and I'm going to say hello to Ali again. Hello, Ali.
Hi again.
Oh, that's a relief. I thought, oh no, something's broken again. We had a bit of a dodgy class last class. But anyway, we're hoping for improvements in this class, aren't we, Ali? So tell me, Ali, what do you know about artificial intelligence, if anything?
I don't have many information about artificial intelligence. Uh, there was a movie, I think, like artificial intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
It was long time ago. I don't remember too much about it.
Okay.
It's interesting if human or people create some intelligent or something like that. I don't know what's going to be happen, what kind of life we will see. It's
Mm-hmm.
interesting for me. Maybe machines or robots work as human, or I don't know. We will live like Matrix, the movie.
The Matrix. Ah,
Yeah, in the
yes,
Matrix.
maybe so.
Uh,
Yes, I love that movie, Ali. It's really great. Kind of clever movie. So,
yeah.
okay, thank you. Very interesting. Let's say hello to, who else do we have here? We have another Ali. So I'm going to say hello to Ali number 2, the non-budgie Ali. Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
I've met you before, I think, Ali, haven't I?
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
attended was a previous class.
Wonderful.
I think.
Now, could you remind me, where are you from?
I'm from Egypt.
Okay, you're from Egypt, and Ali with the budgie picture. Where are you from?
Me, I'm from Turkey.
Turkey, that's right. So
Yeah.
we're going to call you Ali from Egypt and Ali from Turkey today, so we don't get confused, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Instead of budgie Ali, because it's not very nice. Even though budgies are lovely. Okay, so Ali from Egypt. What do you think about artificial intelligence?
Yeah, actually, I the only thing about like Ali from Turkey that said it's like machine that help the human
Yep.
to do their work or do her work or his work to help him. And the another that keep the machine that understand every in his language, and other machine understand other machine. That's become an artificial intelligence that no human error or no human made become all the machine do all their job without
Yeah.
any humans.
Okay, good description, nice description. So you think artificial intelligence basically is about machines doing things without the assistance of humans. They can do things by themselves, right?
Yeah, without any human interference or acting.
Okay, thank you. Interesting. We are going to read a bit about it, so we will find out more. But we're just going to say hi to everyone before we start. So, Andre, welcome back. Nice to see you again.
Hi, can you hear me?
Okay, what happens in your brain when I say artificial intelligence? What do you think about straight away?
I'm thinking about the Terminator.
Okay, why?
But speaking seriously, I'm thinking about as already have been said that it's actually it's a scientific area that try to create some system that can learn by itself and can make decisions, and maybe has many features like human brain has, like humans have.
Okay. Yeah, great. Really accurate, I suppose, or defined description. Okay, so we're building up a picture here of what we think artificial intelligence is. I'm just going to say hi to Onur and see if you can talk to us, Onur. Are you there?
Hi. Can you hear me now?
I can, but it's very quiet. Can you somehow turn up your volume a bit?
How about that?
Yeah,
It's okay?
that's better. That's better.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
I am clearest person in the lesson because I forgot to turn on the mic.
You forgot to turn on the microphone.
Yeah. I'm the clearest one. Yeah.
Don't worry about it, Onur. It's happened to all of us, I can tell you. We all have those moments where we're looking for our sunglasses and they're actually on our heads. Or at least I have those moments, so don't worry about it. How are you?
How about me? I am from Turkey too.
Yes.
Before I begin, I think artificial intelligence is not a science fiction
Okay.
from side of me, because I think that it is a must to progress the humanity further, because
Okay.
there are too much war, cruelty in the world, and I see that our natural intelligence is not enough to progress further. Do you understand me? Right?
Point. Yes,
Yeah.
I do understand you.
Yeah. So technology get used to progress further. So weapons also get used to develop. So it's very easy to kill now. So
Yeah.
we have to stop the war. I think this is just related with the upper thinking, the further thinking, and maybe artificial intelligence can be make a sense for humanity.
Okay, very interesting ideas, Onur. Thank you for presenting that point of view. I'm going to ask for some feedback about that in a moment. But we're just going to say hi to Alexander. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Have I met you before, Alex?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. Well, it's nice to meet you. Tell me a bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm a student. I'm from Russia. I currently live in Russia, but I'm planning to go abroad.
To Sweden? No. Are you kidding?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
But you know, so the reason why I'm studying English is because I'm gonna enter to the university. I don't know where, but somewhere abroad.
Okay, you haven't
So it's my
decided
main
yet.
story, my article about me.
Your blurb. It's your blurb, Alexander.
Blurb?
Yes, do you know what a blurb is?
I know what means blurred lines. Blurry.
Not blurred, but blurb with a B.
Blurb. Yeah, I
Yep.
see now.
Yep.
Look at this world.
Yeah, a blurb is like the little piece of writing you have on the back of a book, which kind of like tells you a tiny bit about the book, and you read it to see whether you want to read the book. That's your blurb about you.
It's like short story.
Well, not exactly. It's more like a little summary, I'd say, of what
Look at
you are.
summary. Okay. I got it.
All right. Well, welcome. We've got one more student to say hello to, and that is Lubna, maybe?
Yes, hello.
Hello. Is that how I say your name?
Lubna.
Lubna. Okay, nice to meet you, Lubna. Where are you from?
Nice to meet you. I am from Sudan. I live in Saudi Arabia.
Okay. I haven't met you before, I don't think, have I?
Sorry?
We haven't met before, have we?
Yes. This is the first time.
All right. Well, it's wonderful to meet you.
To subscribe in this program.
Excellent. Is this your first time on Verbling?
Yes.
Welcome. Well, we have
Yes.
a relatively new student, Ellen, as well. So the same applies to both of you. If you have any questions, just ask, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so Lubna, tell us, what do you think about artificial intelligence? Do you know what it is, first of all? Yeah.
I think is yes, artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science. It focuses to try to make it the human being behavior like genetic algorithm, like a neural network, to solve a problem in the life, and there is many application for artificial intelligence, for example, for the predictions, for the forecasting problem.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Lubna. It sounds to me as if you enjoy science, or you know a little bit about science. Is that true?
Science?
Yes. Are you a science fan?
Sorry, you mean?
I don't understand. It sounds to me like you're very well informed because you, what you just said about artificial intelligence was very interesting and very descriptive. So I'm just wondering,
Okay.
do you like, is science one of your passions?
Yes, I am PhD student in computer science and artificial intelligence.
There you go. I knew it. We have an expert. Okay, wonderful. That's great. So Lubna, if we say anything that's incorrect, you'll have to butt in and correct us, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. So Ellen, I'm going to come back to you because you're the only one I haven't asked. What happens in your mind when I say artificial intelligence?
It's me, yes. If I hear the word artificial intelligence, well, I think of computers that help the human being. But I also think it's not always positive. It can also be.
Yep.
I think it's my personal opinion. But if it's used in the right way, it can help us a lot.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, so we've all given our first impressions. What I would like to do is to have a look at this article. So if you like to click on the link in the chat box, you can load it up. Otherwise, you can just look at my screen. And we're going to read this together. So this is from the Guardian website, which is one of the UK's news websites. And this is actually theguardian.com rather than the UK version. But it's a great article about artificial intelligence. So we're going to learn a few things, and we're going to read. I'm going to ask Onur if you could start, please, by reading the first section here.
Okay. Why we have to get smart about artificial intelligence. Okay. Jonah Goodman looks at the promises and pitfalls of AI as we face the real possibility of thinking machines capable of making decisions that affect humans.
Okay, and this line here, sorry, I forgot to highlight.
Okay, AI might be a threat to humans, but not for the reason but not for the reason you think.
Great. Thank you very much, Onur. Okay, does anyone have any questions about any of the words? Do we understand all of these words?
Yes, I have a question. Can I ask you?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm looking at the word pitfalls. Can you explain me what it means?
Yes. Well, I'm going to ask if anyone else can explain pitfalls. What does pitfalls mean? Yep.
It's like a trap or something like that.
Exactly right. Yep, it's sort of like a trap, Alexander. So if you imagine, yes, like a trap that you could fall into.
Oh.
So if you're walking along, if you think of the word pit, and fall. It's like a pit that you could fall into. If you're walking along and you're not looking where you're going, you might fall into a pit and get trapped. So that's the idea, okay?
Oh, yes, I got it.
Cool. Any other questions? Nope. All right. We have a lovely visual there. So we can see a kind of robotic woman about to, I don't know, put on a new face, possibly. Okay, we're going to scroll down and we're going to read a little bit more. So, Lubna, please could you read the first paragraph?
Okay. Humans have long been fascinated by the concept of artificial intelligence, but it is only relatively recently that technology has advanced sufficiently to make it reality. In 2014, we saw a computer pass the Turing test. It is a response in a series of text conversation convinced 30% of human interrogators that it was human.
Thank you, Lubna. All right, so well done. Great reading. A couple of tricky words. I'll just go over the tricky ones. You did really well. But just so we get these correct, this one is fascinated.
Fascinated, yes.
Great. This one is reality. Reality.
Okay.
So if you just want to repeat it, sometimes it helps get it into your brain a bit more.
Reality. Reality.
Yeah. Perfect. This one is convinced.
Okay. Convinced.
Yep. So it's got a T sound at the end. Convinced.
Convinced. Okay.
Yep. Well done. And the last one, interrogators.
Interrogators.
Yeah. Well done. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Questions.
Thank you. Okay, what does it mean by interrogators?
Good question. What's an interrogator? Anybody?
I think persons who ask questions or something.
Correct, Ali. You're our dictionary for today. Well done. It's basically a person who asks questions, or it can be a bit harsher than that. If you are a prisoner and you are interrogated, it means that you're being asked lots of questions, but it also might mean that you're kind of being forced to answer them in a way that may not be particularly pleasant. So it can be used in that way as well. But yes, it just simply means to ask somebody questions. Any other questions? No? Okay.
No. Sorry for the interrupting, but I have a question. I don't know both of the words that I'm gonna ask you. Sufficiently, and one more. Where okay. The first, sufficiently.
Okay. So sufficiently. What can anyone give a description of what sufficiently means?
Like maybe efficient.
Enough.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yeah, thank you.
Enough.
It just means enough, Alexander. Okay. Any others?
No.
Maybe perfect.
Sorry, I missed that one.
Perfect. Maybe perfect or complete.
For sufficiently, you mean? Which word are you referring to?
Sufficiently.
Okay. So for sufficiently, it doesn't really mean perfect. I think the best synonym really is enough, because it doesn't have to be perfect. It hasn't advanced perfectly, but it has advanced enough that it can be, well, it could possibly be reality now. Okay. All right, so could anybody quickly explain what this Turing test is? What is the Turing test?
It's a test that see that if, for example, some machine or someone can convince 30% of humans who ask questions that you are a human, you pass the test.
Very good. So it's like a test to
Okay.
see whether you're good enough to be a human or not. And this computer passed, which is kind of weird. Okay, we're going to carry on and find out more. And Ellen, could you read the next paragraph for us, please?
Yes. We see AI in everyday life. Examples include Apple's Siri and Microsoft's Cortana, ironically named after a character with corrupted artificial intelligence in the Hello video games series. We're on the way to driverless cars with Tesla Motors, latest dual motors Model S, whose autopilot feature keeps the car safely in lane, obeys speed limits, avoids obstacles, and parks itself in your garage. CEO Elon Musk told Bloomberg he expects Tesla to be the first company to market with significant autonomous driving function in the vehicles.
Thank you. Beautiful reading, Ellen. Okay, questions in this paragraph? No questions? Okay. In that case, what do you guys think about driverless cars? I'm going to ask Ali from Egypt. Ali from Egypt, what do you think about driverless cars? Good idea, bad idea, weird?
Yeah, it's very weird, because no, it could be very weird because no one can drive the car. It's like an electronic car. Do you hear me? Hello?
Yes? I was just listening to you, Ali. Keep going.
Yeah, it could be like an electronic car. No human can drive it. Only the machine can drive it by itself, and that making no human error, or no man error.
Yes, absolutely. So I think what you're talking about is human error. It's a good point. Okay, thank you, Ali. I think somebody else wanted to make a comment about this. Was there anybody else who wanted to make a comment?
I'll try.
Okay, go, Alexander. What do you think about it?
About driverless cars. So, first of all, I'd like to say that driverless car is a very progressive way to develop our cars, because I think that electronic intelligence can drive car much better than, for example, some drivers. Yes, and that is the point, that there will be less accidents on our roads.
Yeah.
And I think it will save much better, much more. I don't know.
Save more lives, maybe you mean?
Yes, and it will save more lives. So that is very important for us and for our society, because we kind of are struggling with that to save our lives from some obstacles.
Yep, true. So which features do you think are particularly important from that point of view, Alexander?
Sorry, can you repeat your question?
Yes, so I'm just wondering which of the features of driverless cars are the important ones. Yeah. So it mentions a few features here.
So who's after build features? Features, it's like I kind of don't understand this word, what it means in this case.
Okay, can somebody explain what the word features means?
I know what feature means
Yeah.
in other cases, but well, here it is kind of
Bit confusing.
yeah, I'm confused in that in
All
that
right.
case. That is
No problem, Alex. Let's just see if any of the other students wants to help you. Can anyone explain what the word features means in this particular context?
My property is something that characterized it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So something that
characteristics.
characterizes. Yes, exactly.
How does it pronounce?
Characteristic.
Characteristic. Okay. I'll remember that. Typical characteristic keeps the car safely in lane. I don't know. I think it depends on the computer system, which was put in that car.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it depends. Of course, it will lead to the human, because the human will be making up this, will be developing this program for the cars. So in that case, it will depends on what kind of person is gonna invent that system, and if he will do that correctly without mistakes and without something else which can lead to their cruel accident. I think if it will be a great person, bright, smart, what else? what is bright words English has? Right.
Okay. Yeah. Good points, Alex. Thank you for sharing. I agree with you. So what you're really saying is that humans still have to design these things, right? So in a way, still very heavily connected with us. Okay, I want to just ask Anjay, because I can see him and Ali having a little discussion in the chat box. They don't seem to be too convinced about this whole driverless car thing. What's your opinion on it, Anjay?
Because it's too, how do you say, the technology is very new, and
Yes.
it's not tested appropriately, and I heard that you need special kind of not sensors, but something special roads for that, and we don't have them right now, and it's not reliable right now.
Okay. Good points, both of you, I think. Thank you. All right, we're going to continue reading, find out a little bit more. So, Anjay, since you're already talking, could you read the next paragraph for us in the defense sector?
Okay, sure. In the defense sector, South Korean forces have developed Samsung SGR-1 armed sentry robots to patrol the border with North Korea and the Iraq and Afghanistan, and the iRobot Packbot tactical mobile robot removes unexploded bombs and mines and collects forensic evidence.
Thank you. This word here is actually not developed.
Deployed.
Yeah. Okay, any questions, firstly? No? All right, interesting paragraph. It seems on first glance that this is quite a positive thing. Ellen, what do you think about this kind of robots for war kind of thing? What jumps into your mind? What do you think about it? Is it positive, or could it have some flaws?
But to me, it only sounds negative, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it can only get worse, everything in this way, if they start to use robots in this way as well.
Okay. Yep.
Well,
in what particular What particular examples are you thinking of, Ellen, when you say that?
Well, it's good that they can use this to remove unexploded bombs. That's a good thing,
Yep.
of course.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as they use it in this way, then I think it's positive. But in other ways, like, I don't know.
So maybe robots replacing soldiers and just shooting people randomly with no
way. No,
Yeah.
no, that's a bit no. But
Yes, I
to
must say
remove
I agree.
unexploded bombs, yes, that's a good thing. That's yeah.
Okay, awesome.
At least less people get wounded like that.
Correct. Yeah, correct. Okay, interesting. Let's continue. Ali from Turkey, your turn to read from Investors.
Okay. Investors are taking AI seriously. The last quarter of 2014 saw a spate of Silicon Valley investment in AI startups involved in financial risk analysis, big data analysis, language and image recognition, and automated report writing. They include financial market prediction engines such as Sentient, which simulates financial markets to work out how they will react to different scenarios, and a Goldman Sachs-backed virtual market assistant from US startup Canso, which can answer complex verbal financial questions. In healthcare, IBM's Watson is helping cancer doctors use genomic data to personalize patients' treatment plans.
Okay, thank you. That was a tough paragraph. Well done, Ali. All right, let's check out the vocab.
Spate. What is spate?
Okay, what is a spate? Does anybody know? No? Okay, a spate is sort of like, what could I say? When lots of things of the same type happen at the same time, it's almost like a craze, or you know how things come around in certain patterns, so suddenly everybody's doing the same thing. It's like a spate or a phase or a craze, something like that. Basically, where lots of people are doing the same thing at the same time, and then it maybe phases into something else. So in this case, it's lots of people are investing in AI startups at the same time, and we don't know exactly why, but they have given us reasons, not reasons, sorry, but examples of what they're investing in. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. Any other questions?
In healthcare.
Okay, so first of all, is the word healthcare that you don't understand?
I know what mean health.
Yep.
But what about healthcare? Like health and care?
Yes, exactly. So healthcare, Alexander, is just talking about the industry of looking after people who are sick. So anything to do with doctors, hospitals, treatment, that kind of stuff, okay?
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Sentient?
Sentient. Yeah, where is it? I can't find it.
In the middle, blue.
The middle. Ah, okay. So sentient's the name of a company in this case. But do you know what sentient means as a usual word? If you just say it, for example, a sentient being.
Like sentiment? Or...
No, not quite. It comes from the word sense. So it's able to sense things. as in the five senses, right? Sight, hearing, taste.
To understand? No, to hear.
Yeah, it means that you are able to sense things. You are able to use your senses to interact with the world. And your senses are sight, hearing, taste, touch, and what's the other one? There's 5.
See?
Feeling, seeing.
Feeling, yeah, feeling. Thanks. No, touch is feeling. Taste, touch, hearing. No, already got hearing. Okay, and the last one, whatever it is, I'll figure it out in a moment. Oh, smell. There you go.
Smell.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so there's several different areas mentioned here that AI is being invested in. So we have financial market prediction. We have a virtual market assistance, and we have healthcare, where the cancer doctors can use genomic data. What is that?
Human genome.
Yes,
The
exactly.
genes.
Yep, the genes, exactly. All right, so if anyone would like to comment on any of these areas, do you think these developments are useful? Do you think they are helpful, or are they... if you could just kind of keep your mics muted, guys, unless you're talking, because otherwise we get a lot of sound interference. So what do you think about the developments in these areas? Feel free to choose an area and talk about it, or all three. Let's see who hasn't spoken for a little while. Ali from Egypt. Let's hear what you have to say. Are you there, Ali? No? All right, in that case, anybody else who would like to make a comment? Do you think AI is useful in the financial markets? Do you think it's useful in healthcare, possibly?
I think I want to say about image recognition. I know that some programs, for example, which recognize a scanned image and, for example, translate it to the text, like just Word document or something like that.
Yeah.
And I know that in recent it works like it works better and better. You know, it has progress really.
Mhm.
I think
Okay.
it's because of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So in that particular instance, you think it's really useful, Andrew?
And I've seen the application for the smartphone or something when you, for example, you have used your camera, you, for example, shot some text on other languages and it translated in real time, you know.
Yep,
for example.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good point, Andrew. I don't know whether you know that Skype has brought out a kind of a kind of interpreting type program. So you can have a conversation with somebody who does not speak your language, and it sort of interprets for you as you go through. I think it's quite basic at the moment, but it certainly is something that's similar to what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Do any of you use iPhones? And just before we were talking about Siri, which is like the iPhone artificial intelligence, and then the one for Android, I can't remember what it was, Microsoft, sorry, is Cortana. Have any of you guys used these programs before, or do you use them regularly? Are they helpful?
No.
Sometimes, but Siri is in English, I guess, but it's not there is no Siri in Russia, in Russian, so.
So not much use, Andre.
But sometimes I want to practice my English and try to talk with Siri. Sometimes it's funny. It's funny, actually.
Okay. Anyone else use any of these programs? No. I must say that although I do have an iPhone and Siri is on it, I rarely use it. I think I only really use it sometimes when I'm in the car and I can't actually look at my phone. But yeah, very, very rarely. So I don't find it particularly helpful myself, even though I'm a native English speaker. All right, so let's continue reading. And who are we up to? We must be up to Alexander. So meanwhile.
Meanwhile, where I can find.
Here, this one here, Alex.
Oh, yes, I see. Meanwhile, Facebook is using deep learning, a set of algorithms attempting to model high-level abstraction out of data, to work out whether two photos are of the same person. Last year, Google acquired machine learning startup DeepMind, and IBM unveiled its Synapse neuromorphic chip, whose silicon transistors are configured to replicate the neurons and synapses of the human brain.
Thank you, Alexander. Okay, that was a tricky paragraph.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think the best thing for me to do is just to talk quickly through this because there's a lot of different words in here. So, meanwhile, I think we all know that one, and we certainly all know what Facebook is. Deep learning, it explains what this is. It's a set of algorithms which are mathematical sort of equation type things. I'm not entirely sure, but they're definitely to do with maths. Okay, they're attempting to model or create a model of high-level abstractions out of data. And the example it gives for this is to work out if two photos are of the same person. So the computer has to analyze the facial structure, I guess, and what the face looks like, and decide, is this the same person? Then it says last year Google acquired machine learning startup. So a startup business about called or related to machine learning. And Synapse was unveiled by IBM, and that's a neuromorphic chip. I assume that means it's to do with the brain and changing, something to do with the brain. And it explains it as it has silicon transistors that are configured to replicate or produce copies of the neurons and synapses, which are things in your brain of the human brain. So it's almost like it's trying to be a human brain, which is kind of weird. Do any of you ever have success with those things that go, is this, your friend John? And it's asking you whether you want to tag a photo of your friend John, and then it turns out to be actually your mum or something. I don't know whether any of you guys have had that experience. My personal experience is that these photo recognition algorithms, I'm not sure what they are exactly, aren't working very well as yet. I don't know if you guys have experience with that. No?
Sometimes, but I think it's becoming better.
Yeah, improving, but slightly unreliable currently.
Yeah, and it can recognize faces, because maybe 2 years ago it tried to convince me that some bag on the photo was some person.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. So it's sometimes quite entertaining, but not particularly helpful. All right, Anjay, we're going to skip this paragraph because it just really says that there are areas of concern, possibly. And now I think we should read this one. So I'm going to ask the lovely Ellen. Could you read it for us? We have always considered. Are you there, Ellen? Don't forget to unmute yourself if you want to talk. Nope, she's gone off and she's...
Oh, okay, I'm back.
Wonderful, okay, no problem. Could you read from We Have Always Considered?
Yes, we have always considered AI with some trepidation. Isaac Asimov's laws of robotics date back to 1942. Numerous AI films have highlighted potential dangers to humanity, particularly when machines with AI become self-aware. Recent examples include Her and Ex Machina, but that is fiction. Now we face the genuine possibility of thinking machines making decisions that affect people.
Thank you, Ellen.
Of thinking machines, yeah.
Yep. Andre, could you go straight on and read the next one for us, please?
In practical, right?
Yep.
In practical terms, artificial intelligence eliminates human error. It won't get tired, get the maths wrong, or do the same test twice. But although we can humanize technology to analyze and make decisions based on our needs, behaviors, preferences, and reactions, we need to be careful about setting its goals and be aware of its limitations. An obvious limitation is that hardware and software wear out and are superseded, but the big questions are around ethics. What are the legal implications? What rules should we be making to reduce the risks?
Thank you, both of you. Okay, questions firstly.
Trepidation or something.
Yes.
I cannot even explain. Trepidation.
What is trepidation? Anyone know? No? It just basically means being wary or being sort of careful. A little bit wary of something because it could be dangerous. Okay?
Okay.
Anything else? No? All right, in that case, yep.
Superseded.
Superseded. Whereabouts is it? There we go. Okay, what does superseded mean? Anybody know?
As I know, it's something new was created and it was kind of it's not used anymore, right?
Yes, almost. Kind of the wrong way around, Andre. So if something supersedes something else, what's happening?
Changed or maybe renewed. I'm not sure how to
Almost, yeah. I think replaced is probably the best word.
Replaced.
Yeah. So something replaces something else. It doesn't actually say what they're replaced by here. Okay. Any other questions? No. All right. It brings up a couple of questions about what we should be worried about. So what does it say that we should be worried about or possibly need to think carefully about?
That machines are starting to make decisions that affect people.
Correct. Can you think of anything that might be a specific example of this, Ellen?
Not directly, no.
Okay, so the fact that machines are able to make decisions by themselves, I think, is the thing that we're talking about really when we face this idea of artificial intelligence. And I guess with all of sort of technological advance, there are always ethical things to consider. People disagree on them quite often. What do you think the ethical things are with AI? Can you think of any possible implications? What is it that would worry you about this? Anybody can answer.
I don't know, maybe ethics here is that something that rules the people. I'm not sure. I think it's scary that it can make decisions by itself and
Yep.
And exploit the whole world. It's
yes.
a sci-fi. It's not real right now, but
Yeah,
It's a scary
absolutely,
thing.
Andre. It is a bit scary. I think if we look at the example that we were just briefly covered before, that Ellen was mentioning about sort of robots replacing perhaps soldiers, you can see the benefit in one way because the people don't get hurt if you're, you know, clearing up landmines. But from the other point of view, the fact that the robots are making decisions that would really deeply affect humans, and they're not human themselves, so they don't have any sort of moral or feelings or whatever. For me, that's sort of a bit scary. I don't know what you guys think.
Oh yes.
Of course, of course.
Unless you've got the robots on your side, right?
Yeah.
Aha, then we have a big problem. Whose side are the robots on? Or maybe we just send out two groups of robots and they bash each other to pieces. How does that resolve anything? To me, it just seems a bit crazy. I don't know. Any response?
Well, it says that rules should be made, but I think things first have to go wrong before rules can be made.
Very
I
good
think
point, Ellen.
because
Yeah.
if something is new, it's difficult to put legal, to put rules on it.
Correct.
In my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that, but I think that's absolutely true now you bring it up. Also, who makes the rules? And one thing that worries me is that obviously this is going to be to do with business because somebody's got to produce these robots. In other areas of life at the moment, it seems to me that corporations who have control of a lot of money have too much power in certain areas. And it seems to me that this could be another possible area in which this could happen. I don't know what you guys have to say about that.
I don't know, maybe we already have some people controlling some structures.
Yes, exactly. So how do humans deal with these kind of issues? How do we come to terms with rule making? And I think that one of the big problems is that we don't really have any sort of strategy for dealing with these kind of issues. We're already facing them when we think about things like nuclear technology or oil that sometimes have extreme implications on people that have nothing to do with the production of these things. If you think about Japan and the earthquake, or if you think about the huge oil spill in Mexico, it seems to me like we haven't really figured out a way of dealing with these issues, and that this could be another big one that we need to sort out before it, I don't know, loses control. That's my response, I guess. Does anyone want to make any comments before we finish off?
For making rules, maybe human have to learn between them some rules. You know,
Yeah.
If we have a power and we have some ability, we don't care about any rules. You know, people kill each other. There is a lot of war in the world. I can't think of that if maybe machines or robots can think themselves. Maybe it will going worse and worse. I don't know.
Maybe, Annie. Hopefully not, because it sounds a little bit depressing. But yeah, it's a possibility. Anyone else? We're going to have to finish in 1 minute. Any last comments?
I think the artificial intelligence can be very useful for humanity, but yes, as we said, we need to find the way to set up rules and goals for using it, not just let it just uncontrollably achieve something bad for humanity.
Thank you, Andre. All right, so interesting. Thanks, guys, for joining in such an interesting discussion. It was lovely to see you all today, so I hope you really enjoy your evening. Take care. Have a great weekend if I don't see you before, and see you soon. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Amy. Bye. See you.
Bye.